Just So guys, welcome to the Friday night call tonight. I hope everybody had a great and wonderful week. Welcome to the Debt Weapon Program. Let's just see if there's anybody new that just came on. Nah, I think I addressed it, everyone. So Sabor, did you make me so we can share the make me a host?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Oh, you did it already. Okay, great. We see more people coming in. Come on in. You're welcome. We're gonna always start our Friday night call with our declaration. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Right, can you guys see my screen here? Yep, you can see it. All right. So
Renee, can you hit play from begin, play start right there?
Oh, well,
for the next one. Oh, that one. Yeah, that's you go. Yeah, we just need a full screen.
Okay. There we go. So welcome to the Debt Weapon. And we all know what these mean, all these abbreviations, the CC, the BLOCs, the PLOCs, and the HELOCs. Those are all of our debt weapons, right? So we know what they are. So welcome to the Debt Weapon Program and Velocity Banking. So yeah, it should be okay. How do I go back? I don't know how to go back. You got me doing this thing, Sabor, and I don't even know how to.
Arrow keys. Sorry, your arrow keys. Your arrow keys on the keyboard.
All right, I'm gonna do it from this one. I got it. All right, guys. So you know how we start our Friday night call. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do our declaration. And if you want to unmute yourselves and just engage with me so we can declare our declaration, because this is things that we are speaking over our lives and over our situation. So this declaration is very dear to us. So please enjoy and say it like you mean it. Say it with some feeling, right? Just don't say it. Say it with some with some life with you. So y'all ready?
Ready.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is my life.
This is my life.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I am clear about my path.
I am clear about my path.
I am debt free.
I am debt free.
I walk in the understanding of my finances.
I walk in the understanding of my finances.
I control my spending habits.
I control my spending habits.
I am not a consumer.
I am not a consumer.
I am an investor.
I am an investor.
My money works for me.
My money works for me.
I live in abundance.
I live in abundance.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
I am financially sexy.
I am financially sexy.
And I won't give up.
And I won't give up.
Yes, thank you for participating. That is great. That declaration is our thing. We put a lot of thought into that because we really wanted words and things to really take effect with people and really kind of have their mindsets really change to where we're going and what we're trying to do in this particular program. All right, thank you guys. That was awesome. Okay, so I don't even, the arrow key. Let me go back. Sabor, see, you got me this thing, you got me doing this going crazy. Okay, here we go. So
you have an arrow key in your lower right hand corner which says slide 3 or 4 when you go that way. Yep, and then look right down at the bottom.
I see. Okay. You know, I don't normally do it that way, but okay. So I see it now. So guys, I just want to reintroduce myself to people that are new on this call. And those that know me, I am Coach Renee, and I am a debt weapon coach. I've been with the program for a while and I enjoy the program. This program has actually changed my life, and I know it has changed a lot of people lives on this call, not only with investments and things that they're doing, but just with the knowledge that is being provided. If you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, you can reach me at demirifunding.com. We have, I don't know if the other coach is on, if Coach Rosie is here. I'm not sure, but I will still introduce her. This is Rosie Jones Clark. She is the debt weapon coach also, but she's also the membership chair. She is the individual that you may want to reach out to if you decide to become a part of this wonderful program. That is Rosie Jones Clark. Is she on the line? I can't see. You see her? I don't see her, but you can reach her at rosie@demaryfunding.com. She is the person that you can reach out to if you have a desire to join this program after you hear all the good information and all the little nuggets that we will be dropping. So let's talk about what this is, the debt weapon program and what we teach. We talk about velocity banking and what is velocity banking, right? A lot of us have never even heard of velocity banking. So what we do in this program is that, and what we use is velocity banking. And what we do, we use this strategy and we use debt to pay off debt. And what that essentially does is help us pay off debt faster than the traditional method. And it helps you become debt free quicker, as well as boosting your credit score. Now, these are some of the debt weapons that we have. We know that the CC are credit cards. We know the PLOCs are the personal lines of credit, the HELOCs, and the business lines of credit. And so those are our weapons, and this is what we use when we use debt to pay off debt. So some questions that you might have about velocity banking, or even thoughts, right? Thoughts or questions. What is velocity banking? Is a totally new concept to me. Yes, it is. It's a new concept. It was a new concept to me. But once you learn velocity banking and you understand what it does for you, it will eventually become not new, and you'll adapt to what it does and how you do it. Velocity banking is not just, it's a strategy, but it becomes a lifestyle, right? So once you learn it, this is a lifestyle change. Your whole mindset will change. Will it help my situation? Absolutely, it will. We've had people on here in situations that were not really positive, but going through this program, that it has changed their life. They have now credit lines that they didn't even have before. Some people didn't even have hope. They didn't even know what to do. They were lost. But through this program and using the velocity banking strategy, it has actually transformed their lives. If it's so good, why haven't I heard about it before? It could be a lot of reasons why we haven't heard about it. One, because some of us, I can speak for me, was not so financially literate. I didn't have the idea, or nor did I have a desire. I did have a desire. I knew I wanted to know, but I didn't dig deep enough to find out about all these different new things or new strategies that are out there and that are available to people, right? So then we have, the process doesn't make full sense to me. And in the beginning, most of the time it won't, because no one really understands the concept of using debt to pay debt. But like we know when we watch a video, Robert Kiyosaki, that's what the rich people do. They use debt and taxes to buy assets and do things of that nature. So that's what Velocity Bank teaches us and how we do that. Can you guys still see the screen? I hope you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I am nervous to make a dramatic financial change. Most people are very nervous when they want to start making changes because they're not used to what velocity banking will do for them. And sometimes it happens so quickly. It's just a very fast-paced opportunity, a strategy, I should say. And most of the time, individuals are like really amazed at what velocity banking can do. And velocity banking is the core and foundation of the debt weapon program. Like, we have to go through this piece of it before we can even move forward or progress. So velocity banking is the foundation of this program. All right. So let's talk about this a little bit more. So whether you choose to do velocity banking or not, you still need to make monthly payments, right? So using velocity banking, like I said, we're using debt to pay debt, or you can still pay it the way that you normally pay it. And so the benefit of velocity banking is that you will pay less over time opposed to the traditional way you make payments where you're going to pay more money over time because you're going to be paying higher rates of interest, if that makes sense to you. And if you have questions about this, you can put it in the chat and we'll get to them as quickly as we can, or we'll just direct you to one of the coaches or to Rosie about, or myself. If you have any questions, you can direct those to us at our email. So in this, we just ask that you trust the process. We ask that you trust the whole program, right? Trust your higher power, whatever that is. Trust yourself, the process, and your coach, and believe in your coaches are out to help you, not to hinder you. And we want to stress to individuals that you really have to follow your coach's instructions, because when you step out of that zone or that realm, you might put yourself in a situation that it's going to take us longer to help you get out. So make sure you just follow your coach and your instructions. So I just want to introduce to you the man of the hour, my mentor, a man that I have a high level of respect for, an individual who has taught me a lot and is still teaching me. I do believe that an individual should have more than one mentor, but I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this gentleman right here, I have not met someone that has put their heart into what they teach, who has a real compassion for teaching this and getting this out to people like us, Black and brown people, and it's information that he was taught that was able to elevate him in his life, right? And I'm going to show you how it elevated, right? So this is Mr. Sabor Al-Demiri. We all call him Sabor. And he is the creator of this particular program, the Debt Weapon. And what he wants to do is teach and create us how to become financially free and create a legacy. Like he always say, we don't hustle for our name, our first name. We hustle for our last name. So my mentor here, he's a husband, a father, and a mentor. He's a real estate investor. He has 29 properties, approximately $1.7 million in assets. He's an accredited investor. He is an acquisition manager of a $40 million fund that's in Texas, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. He and his colleagues broker about $2.5 million a month. He is known as the mortgage note broker in the world of mortgage lending, right? So this is what he's teaching us. So he's very knowledgeable in what he does and what he teaches us. He has 4 LLCs. He is a counsel of Velocity Banking, credit services. When we talk about credit services, we're talking about credit building, not necessarily credit repair. And he's a valid real estate investor. So without further ado, I am going to turn this over into the hands of my mentor, my friend, Mr. Sabor Al-Demiri. I am putting this all in your hands now, sir, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
How's everybody doing? Hello, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? What's going on?
Awesome.
There you go. There you go. There we go.
I don't know. We missing some.
Yeah, something.
We're here.
No.
Yeah.
I gotta really know y'all here, right? Because I did that.
Want to see some ones?
Exactly. I'm gonna see some ones. Let me see some ones in that chat. Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. Right. I need to know you are here and that you are with us. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. I need to make sure y'all with me. Thank you for letting me know y'all here. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay.
No, you're fine. I was here. I was just trying to get this stupid thing to turn the lights all the way up.
Okay.
I'll be arguing with her.
I know I should have said no. Go ahead. You can do it. And at the end, I'll just finish it. So
no, go ahead. Go ahead. No, finish.
No. I'll do it at the end. I promise you. I'll do it at the end. It's good.
Okay. So I really don't have a PowerPoint this week. I was forced to rest. I don't know if everybody heard. I know a lot of people on the call have reached out to me this week. I had a real bad health scare. Blood pressure was crazy. They made me go to the hospital. So the coaches made me lay down, go black. So I thank everybody and everybody that called and prayed over me. I really appreciate it. So, but with that, it made me think about the topic of the night. And I don't have a PowerPoint for it because I really wanted to have a discussion with everybody on the call. And that what I came up was duplication. You know, basically, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know, we give you the tools and the GPS to get to your destination to make sure that you all are successful. You know, this health scare this week reminded me that I'm not going to live always. This program is not going to be here always. So we can sit on here and not actually pull the trigger, but what is it going to do for you? You know, for those that's actually pulling the trigger, I'm very grateful that you're taking the information and knowledge and applying to your life because, you know, knowledge is powerful, yes, but it's even more powerful when you put it into action. So I definitely, you know, thank y'all for following, moving, making the steps in your life. But again, I want to talk about duplication because this process is really simple. Everybody on here has different or came in at a different level, right? But everybody that's in this program should be at the same level, meaning the steps that they're taking. Now, I know some people are still new. However, the foundation, we all make sure that we're, you know, all of your lines of credit, all your debts are on your line of credit. We don't do the no more banking, you know, sorry, you work, money goes in your checking account and you pay your bills. We know that you got to have a checking account. You know, we know that you get paid, your money goes in your checking account. It doesn't go, now it goes to your line of credit. Now your line of credit pays your bills. So all your bills need, we know these steps. So duplication is very, very simple. However, we still get to the point now, we're getting people with large lines of credit. We got people with 25K, 30K, 15K, even 15K is still a large line to me, you know, 40K, but they're ballooning their debt. And I know they're ballooning their debt because what happens is they fall off the calls. And then they call me a couple of weeks, a month later, or 3 months later, and telling me how they messed up. Again, even though that you have these large lines of debt, we are not teaching you to be consumer. Our declarations say we are an investor. You should not be buying consumerized stuff, if that's a word. You shouldn't be buying consumer stuff. You shouldn't be buying consumer stuff unless you're going to be able to make money off of it. Michelle, Renee, Rosie, Raquel, I'm naming the people, Telly, I'm naming the people that I see on the calls that took consumer stuff and actually made it to generational wealth, meaning they bought cars for Toro, they bought properties, they bought businesses, they bought trade lines. You know, they're doing all the stuff. They're not consumers no more. They're investing. Even if you buy a trade line and put it on your, add yourself to an authorized user, you're investing in yourself. You go buy a book, you know, you're investing in yourself. You know, this is my favorite book. I always tell everybody, I keep it handy. Richest Man of Babylon. You know, this book $7, but you're actually investing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So again, a duplication is basically meaning, you know, I want to make sure everybody is following the steps. You know, to move all your debts over to your line of credit. Now, you still got to remember this, just because I have large lines of credit, I still need a budget. You know, it's not about because I have large lines of credit and now my, you know, my cash flow is 2,000. I can go spend 40,000 because I know how to pay that off with $2,000 net cash flow. Because what's going to happen is you're going to balloon that debt and now you're going to lose that money. And you're going to try to be catching up forever. You know, you should be actually trying to make that $2,000 stretch and turn it to $4,000. You know, it's just that simple. I mean, there's no, this duplication is basically follow the steps, and the next thing of following the steps is make your money make money. Simple. Honestly, it's just that simple. Learn how to make your money make money. It's just that simple. Me, Raheem, a couple other the youth, we've been trying to figure out some things that I could try to teach them to show them how to make money on top of money, and everything. They've been doing pretty good, man. We've been having some very good discussions, and you know, it just again, this week just reminded me that I'm not going to be here forever. This program is not going to be here forever. Are we really implementing? So with that, tonight is going to be a round table. So the people on the call that's in the group, I would like for you, and I'm going to call your name, So don't you ain't gotta speak if you don't want to. You're gonna speak now. I'm gonna call your name. I want you to talk about where you started at in your journey to get to where you at now, especially the lines of credit, the struggles, the how you were turned away from banks, or how it took you to get your personal line of credit or your business line of credit to the amount of number that you're at now, or whatever. Because I know all together in our group, we're close to, has to be close to, I forgot the number, but we're up there. We're like in the millions for all collectively, everybody in the group that's got lines of credit. I lost the count. I had it written down, but I know everybody's got new lines of credit and stuff like that. So I'm not up to date, but I know we're in the millions of collectively of all our groups that have large lines of credit. So the first person I'm going to call on is Rochelle, just because you're up there.
Okay, hi guys.
Hi.
Hi. So yes, Sabor, this is an amazing program. Armando and I really love it. We love what you're teaching because it is a way to master leverage other people's money. Getting the ability to build your credit and showing them that you can maintain that. I think that is the hardest thing, but it also is the most rewarding thing because it's habits. You're developing new habits. And it's, why you're in this business and why you're growing your credit. Like right now, we're about 300,000 line of credit, my husband and I. So we are looking for the next personal. It's a mix between the business and the personal. So yeah, between the two. And I know that we're most likely leaning towards the business side to be stronger and get that stronger. And I feel like that's happening now, Sabor, because they're watching the pattern of the using, the paying, and the spending and the paying back, chunking it. So as we're doing the rehab project with our fellow investors, we're putting on the credit card, and then when they pay us, we're making that payment back. So we're grouping that together over several payments, and then we're getting a big payment and we're chunking it on that credit card. So I think that's.
So I'm sorry to stop you. Can you explain to us in your words what is chunking?
Okay, chunking is we are dropping down a large sum of money on that credit card balance that we have, because I'm not able to pay it in full yet because it's specifically on my American Express Gold card. I'm using it for the rehab project. So I'm trying to earn those points that you said. We need to spend 3,000 in 3 months to get 75,000 credits, right, babe, points. So is that the right way to say it? Yeah, paycheck parking. So we're getting the money that we're getting from everyone and we're putting it back on the card. So we're chunking it. We're getting a set like 2,300 and we're dropping it on the credit card because we want to show them that pattern, right, of spending. So they'll open up our availability to get more lines of credit. Is that the right way to say it, Sabor?
Yes. Yes, no, you're fine. Armando, you like you want to chime in? Go ahead, Armando.
Go ahead, Armando.
We've been able to, like you said, she said, build quite a bit of credit and give us an opportunity to take down a property and, just about ready to put it back on the market for sale. We, we started with a little bit of real estate experience because we had buy and hold properties, but just new to the whole game. And after seeing this, I realized that, it made more sense for me to use this technique with my properties I currently have. And I'm in the process of that now. We're actually liquidating one property to an actual tenant, giving them an opportunity to buy a home, which they wouldn't have qualified otherwise. And she was really excited about it. And this really gives you the ability to take control of what you're doing and help other people get some control in their life. Give her some alignment in her credit so that she can build and start to build her credit where she'll be able to then qualify for better things with the bank. Which right now, the banking industry is going to get a lot tighter. So we have to really start working on our own numbers to keep us liquid. And debt is the new is the new dollar. I mean, it's a new way to spend. I mean, because cash is going away. So we're really excited about it and moving forward. We're going to do some big things. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're excited to look for the next one.
Sorry. So you said something that you said that it gives you the opportunity to take control of your finances. I'm sure everybody here agrees now because most people live paycheck to paycheck, right? Now, do you see that your finances are more controlled now, Armando?
Yeah, I believe what we see now is that, we actually see money and we know what it's doing for us. We actually, before you used to live paycheck to paycheck and you get your checks and before you know it, the money's gone. It's like, what'd you really do with it? We now see where it's going to and how it's given us more freedoms to do more with our business and more secure with our lifestyle, basically. Not worry about, where we're going to make it from here to there. It's just, generating income. Streams of income is what we're really working on. And that's really the goal, and the more streams you can get going, one gives you more flexibility for the future. So that's what we're focused on right now.
Okay, so starting back when you started the program, y'all didn't start at the bottom like most people though. You came in the program with already a real estate background and a credit score and a little bit of business credit. You were using Fund and Grow?
Yes, Fund and Grow, and we were using Fund and Grow, but I really had to stay on top of that one because they it's just like anything, you know how they say they're going to help you, Sabor. I really had to stay on top of them because we only had a year to get as much credit as we possibly could. And they would say they're going to do it, but then they wouldn't get back to me. So I had to stay on them real tight. So we were able to get about, I believe, how much did we get, babe? About 124,000 or something between my husband and I. But
Personal,
a mix. I think it was personal and business, right, Mondo? It was like personal and business.
Yeah.
So we were able to get, babe?
80,000 in business, I think it was.
Yeah,
and the rest
80,000. So that really helped launch us, Sabor. And then what you were teaching us really helped us put those pieces of the puzzle together, the missing links that we didn't know, like how to maintain, how to keep growing it, how to show them that you look worthy of more credit to keep continually growing your business credit. Like we didn't understand that. And we always knew we needed money to invest, but how do you find it? How do you get it? Like, you need other people's money, but where and how? And that's why before we met you, we went to Fund and Grow because we didn't know where to start. And that really opened the doors. And yeah, it's a little sacrifice because you can't be out there vacationing and spending at the same time when you're trying to focus on getting done what you need to do, which is finding that investment, putting the money into it. It's like a trade-off a little bit, especially in the beginning when it's really new for you. And with these rentals, we were just trying to keep a tight grip on the management. Oh, hallelujah. Today, we just put in a notice on our existing management. We gave them a 30-day notice that we're leaving them. So we're getting a new management company and it's 8% instead of 10. These are our Section 8 properties that I know we really want to keep helping our Section 8 properties if we can. So we're excited about that because we're trying to reach out to everyone that needs help in the community. Gotcha. So we're excited because we made a big change, Sabor, and that's not easy to make that change because you have to let go of something to get to something bigger. And we know it's going to be more rewarding because we need to continue to grow in that, as property managers. But we really feel we're doing the right thing in our heart. It's the right thing because I care about the tenant. I want to do the right thing for the tenant. And it needs to make sense. So we are really excited. It was a big move today. So, right, babe? We're excited.
All right, thank y'all. So I'm gonna cut it down to 5 minutes per person. Keisha, you up next. Tell us where you started from in the program and where you're at now.
Hi. So sorry, my son is watching TV in the background, so that's what you hear. I started off low in credit, not really knowing what I didn't know, and just feeling bad. In essence, I had given up, to be quite honest. I stopped checking my score. I was just like, you know what? I know it's bad. I'm not going to apply for anything. I'm just going to work it out. You know what I mean? Then Raquel told me about the program, and I was like, okay. And, I'm going to be very honest. It's hard. It was hard for me to wrap my head around the new way of doing things because, you grow up and pay things with cash, debt is debt, you pay it off and that's it. There's no change in that because nothing's gonna change. It's always gonna be that way. I would say it took me a while to really know my numbers the way that I should, but I do have definitely a better understanding of them now. I was motivated to start my own business, as you guys know, and Rosie's been an amazing coach to help me with that. I just switched over to the business side, which is cool. So Now I'm better. You know, the credit scores are fluctuating. I've been approved for two credit cards that I would have never been approved for before because I was following the process. I've seen it work. You know, I update Raquel and Rosie all the time. I'm like, look, yay. You know, even if it goes down 2 points, I'm like, oh man, you know, but
now you check it every day when you stop.
oh, of course, multiple times a day. Oh, yes, definitely. But I know that what I'm doing is right because I'm approved for these cards that I wouldn't have never been approved for a year ago. You know what I mean? So I'm being cautious about how I use them, trying not to create a lot of debt, you know, keeping in mind, you know, just not trying to go back to my old ways because it's just like, oh my gosh, I have this credit, you know what I mean? Let me, whatever, you know, when I do use it, it's really for the business, you know,
Nice.
until I get my my business credit. But, you know, I feel empowered because I know I have a plan. I know that what I'm doing is working and I know where I could go. And the things, the goals that I had for myself that were only just dreams are now actual reality. So
yes, appreciate you.
no problem. Thank you.
Kevin's one of our new members. Kevin, you want to speak, sir? You can. I know you're still just learning.
Yes. Well, so far I got I registered about 2 weeks ago, and it just made my just changed my mindset on how things work with credit. And instead of using credit to just buy things, now I use it to, you know, buy in assets. I'm looking to buy assets more than liability. You know, especially with Turo, I'm looking to buy another car so I can use it. Used to be a liability. A car used to be a liability, but with the thought process y'all have, you can use Turo as an asset. Now, you can make up to almost $2,000 a month on a car, and you can pay that car off. And when that car's paid off, now you have more assets. You know, you can, you know, make more money. So it just changed my thought process. Now, look at everything as an asset instead of liability.
Got you. That's good. That means you're learning. You're really learning then. I appreciate you, man. Mr. Raheem Muhammad. First of all, I'm gonna tell you, when he came in the program, he was like,
y'all. I knew he was gonna call me next.
He was like, y'all listen to that crazy boy support if y'all want to. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. That's the stuff I was saying in the beginning. That dude wilding.
Go ahead, tell us. So where you started at, man. I know. So you were cash is king type of guy. I know. Go ahead and tell us about your story.
Well, I was just using traditional methods of handling my finances. Go to work, save, which now we know is our cash flow. I would save that, you know, every month and be more frugal. We didn't overspend and stuff like that. I came in. I was already, I think, like 740 when I came in to the program. I only had one credit card at the time. When I came in, so you know, I was doing all right with my debt, my home, and my car payments and stuff like that, keeping up with that. But since then, since I got in the program, now I have 4 different other lines of credit. You know, we developed our LLC, got that going. We got a car on Turo, and we invested into real estate with a house out in Tennessee with our fellow investors. So you know, everything's been working out. Okay. I thank God for this program.
Is cash still king?
What she say? Go ahead, you next, Ricky.
No, I was asking him if cash is still king. And
yeah, right. Yeah, it took us a minute to get him out of that mindset, y'all. You know, unfortunately, you know, us as men, you know, we threw the money in the shoebox or whatever, and we, you know, we can let it accumulate and build. But you know, Raheem learned that if you have outstanding debt and you still have cash saved, what are you doing? You know, some people talked about the Dave Ramsey, where Dave Ramsey say, you know, you have to save. I've known people join the program, they have $15,000-$30,000 saved, but they have $60,000 in debt. You're like, what are you sitting on that money for? You know, you're not losing it, you're just changing the vehicle, you know. So, but yeah, Raheem, man, he came a long way, man. So I appreciate you. Raquel, you want to speak on behind your husband?
I just want to say that I was on board from jump. My sister Rosie introduced us as a family to the Debt Weapon program. We have family night usually every month prior to COVID, and And she
Emergency
sat us
purchase.
down one day and, introduced us to the debt weapon program. We came home. I was like, oh, we could do this. We could do this. But, I had Mr. Cash is King. I'm married to Mr. Cash is King. So it took some massaging his temples to get him to come over on to the debt weapon side of things. Like he said, we weren't heavy in debt. We basically just had a mortgage and a car note. And we had structured our lifestyle so that we already, prior to purchasing a vehicle, we had 9 months to a year's worth of car note payments already put aside separate from our savings. So it just got debited out of an account that we barely thought about for at least the first 6 months of the year. And then the next 6 months, we put another 6 months in it. So it was there's always money to cover that bill. And the mortgage, of course, was paid no problem. But, we wanted to know, we are 40, 41, and we wanted to know, how we can make the money that we had saved work for us even better. We have a child that's going off to college. We want to retire earlier in life. We want to enjoy, we want to travel. And debt weapon is that vehicle that's going to allow us to start, doing the other things that we want to do with our money. And the investment side has been really, really great with that. Watching our property change, us being able to do that reno, it's just been a blessing. Like, like like Rochelle said, it's really been a blessing that it came along, because I have a car now. I don't think of it as my car. I'm like, it's out making money. It's not sitting in my driveway costing me money. It's on Toro. I am. She has to go to work, and I send her to work happily. I'm not attached to her in that way. I welcome a customer every time my phone dings and there's more money in my account, or a new, customer comes along and rents her. I love it. So I'm very thankful.
Yes. Thank you. Let's see here. Key and John.
Hello.
What's going on,
bro?
Okay, so my voice is kind of messed up, so I might be coughing or something like that. But
where did you start?
So we basically, I had to talk my husband into trying everything. We kind of started off balance, whereas, when we first joined, we had just purchased a house. So our credit was, off balance. Mine was a little stronger than his. And, we had money saved up, because that's how I was used to doing things. Saving for a rainy day is like my security blanket. And it was not working for me. I didn't have a whole lot of debt. I had old stuff, but, I didn't do anything with it. And I had the money to take care of it, but I was so scared to let it go. I had worked so hard for it. I didn't want to see it emptied out of my account. But so since we started the program, like, we learned like the foundation. I feel like the tools that no matter what's going on, we can always adjust, how to use the money the way we supposed to. And that actually helped us a lot, because when I started, I had okay credit, one credit card, but my husband had a little more challenging credit and no credit cards.
I had a lot of challenges.
No credit card. But since the program, I'm still ahead of him, but he's caught up a lot more in his credit. Life happened and we had to make an adjustments. We lost the vehicle, but we got a new vehicle, so it's another debt, but now we know how to take care of it. So it's like the tools that we learned in this program added on to what I already knew, but opened his eyes to things that he didn't know. And no matter what's really going on, we didn't really have a crash and burn type thing happen, because now we know what to do. You know what I mean? Those, like Rochelle said, those missing pieces for me, those puzzle pieces, I'm like, I know this and I know this, but those missing pieces is what I gained. So now I know how to use everything, and I'm just like, anxious to move on and do more and, grow in. I want to be like Raheem and them, give me a property in Tennessee. I'm gonna be like, yo, and now that I'm on my career change and everything, I'm on the real estate side, I see so much. I can't wait to get my hands in it, but I'm following Rosie, and we taking it step by step, and we growing.
Hey, so you know what, Raheem, I meant to give you a slap on the hand. I told y'all in the investment group, don't be telling people what state we buy in. Maybe everybody go try to get down there where we at, man.
Don't post this video.
I know there's a lot of houses down there. There's too many houses down here. Just playing. John, you want to follow up behind your wife, bro?
But yeah, yes. What she said, no, I approve everything she said. I like it. But I'm another one of those guys that cash is king. Like, I gotta save. If I don't save, that if I'm run out of money, like what I'm gonna do? I don't know. Learning like credit thing, like it took me, I ain't gonna lie, it took me a while. It took me in the program, then when I was in the program, I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow, but is this really gonna work? So I went back to my old habits. But since I told myself, you know what, I gotta do it. I want to do it. I gotta do it, and I'm doing it, and I'm seeing those changes. Like I'm very, very excited. Like I check my credit every day, 5 minutes. Like every 5 minutes, I'm on my FICO. Like
I'll always say, man, always remember, you're not losing. If you have outstanding debts and you put it on that line of credit, you are not losing that money. All you're doing is changing the vehicle. That money is still yours on a line of credit. Once you pay, you can use it again. So always remember that, John, Raheem, you know what I mean, my cash dudes, you're not losing anything. All you're doing is changing the vehicle. Get rid of that debt. Then you still have that money to use again. Trust me, I do it all the time. There's so many ways to liquidate a line of credit for your means. But thank you for that, both of y'all. I want to say, Michelle. Are you there, Michelle? Oh,
I'm here.
Okay, where did you start at credit-wise?
I don't quite remember. I think I was like 6 something.
Okay. How many lines of credit did you have?
I only had 2. They were like $500 each.
Okay. Where you currently stand on your lines of credit?
Probably, the business side is about 12,000, and then the personal side is like 45,000.
So you came in from 500 to 45 and 12. Okay, nice. Okay, and how many vehicles you have on Toro?
I have 2 vehicles on Toro, looking to put a 3rd one on. You know, when we started, we were really struggling because, you know, we were trying to build my husband's credit, and we were trying to get a house, and you know, his credit was really, really bad, and they basically several mortgage lenders basically told him to go bankrupt, and all the other credit repair places were very expensive. And we were like, we don't know what to do. Maybe you should go bankrupt. I don't know. And then, of course, our wonderful Rosie, during family night, like Raquel said, she introduced the debt weapons program, and I was like, I'm in. And I think we had our appointment that weekend with you. And you said, oh, it's that easy. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. And literally it was just that easy. I mean, my husband's credit score was like a 4 something. And within like months, he went up to like 5 something, 6, you know, and we're really grateful. We're really, really grateful. We're understanding how to see where our money's going. We're understanding, I forget the word, but you know, our accounts, you know, your cash flow. Yes. So we're grateful. We're grateful.
Thank you. But so I really want, so my topic was duplication. I know Coach Rosie came in, you know, we teach the steps and how to get to here. And, you know, I've told them about my health scare this week, and I just want to remind everybody, I'm not always going to be here. So I want to make sure that everybody's duplicating the steps and following the steps properly. I'm not saying nothing going to happen to me. Rochelle's shaking her head no support. I see, but it's not saying anything going to happen to me. I just want to make sure that everybody know how to duplicate the steps. Michelle and Telly, y'all are excellent example. You know, again, you come in with 500. Telly was told to file bankruptcy. Last time I checked, he had a 705 credit score now, coming in from a 4 something. He didn't have to file bankruptcy. All his debt is gone. And he also has about 45K in lines of credit. Now, Telly, I'm sorry, I'm talking for you. I see you there, bro. I know you're at work normally. Can you chime in behind your wife?
Yeah, real quick. My phone's gonna die, but yeah, we pretty much came in and I was the anchor holding us down, holding us back. Rather, she was pushing forward. I was holding us back, being a consumer and not caring about my credit. And well, if I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. And oh, another program. We done been through these programs. Is it gonna work? Yeah, of course, everybody's gonna say their program's gonna work. But once we got in and, we started listening and, along with mentoring us with the credit, Sabor had a lot of key man-to-man conversations we had, and it was just, all right, Tully, get on board. And then I got on board, and it's been uphill ever since. And I mean, it's been an uphill battle, but
Yes.
but we started doing it, and it's just been phenomenal. It's just been from $430 to $699 now, but it's all right. We gonna keep going up and looking to get another car, like she said, for Toro. We have 2 cars, and they're constantly getting booked, and it's just been nothing but positive.
No, appreciate you, man. So you said uphill battle, and I know a lot of people didn't speak about it, but can you share a couple of your credit battles as we was trying to build your credit and repair your credit? Can you share a couple of them, like some of the things that you had to end up doing or going through that you can remember that was frustrating to you?
Just trusting the process and just like really following the steps, like you said, just really duplicating what you guys are teaching, what you're teaching. And it was just, and then to see like the credit not moving and trying to be patient and like, well, I paid them and why is it not off, and going back and forth. And just the hardest part was really just changing my whole mindset on being a consumer. Because I was really like, well, here's a little money for that. I got to do this. I want to buy this. That once I got past that mental block of, we really need to do this for our family, that really like made me focus more. And once we started taking care of the credit, everything else just fell into place. I had, the little $200 secure cards, and now I got unsecured cards, and little $200 cards turned into $2,000 cards, and it's just been a blessing.
No, appreciate you, man. Miss Linda, are you gonna speak?
Miss Linda Jones.
Hey, Mama Linda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So where did you start at in the program? Like your credit, or what level? What was your mindset at that time?
At first, I was scared to death because I love to spend money. So, boy, I won't lie. I still do, and I won't lie about that either.
Okay.
But having Rosie around, her and Jasmine, is like threatening to take my credit card. So I don't really spend money.
Okay.
Like I used to. So what I do, I take my money and I bank my money in a saving account, Sikorsky's, as a matter of fact. That's where I put my money. And I does it every month. But when I first started, my credit score was very low. So now I am in the 8-something. I'm doing really good, and I'm staying focused, and I will not lose my focus. I will continue to do good.
That's good. Well, you got Coach Rosie. She'll get on you. They'll take your card from you. So when you came in the program, you really had a real bad consumer mindset. You say you like to spend money.
Yeah, I do like to spend money. I won't lie. I love to spend, but I like to look pretty.
I got you. Yes, ma'am. You always pretty. I always see you always pretty.
I do like. And I still do like to look pretty. But my prettiness now, I'm not gonna say I stop, because what I do, I ain't gonna tell you guys what I do. But anyway, I still make. But I'm better now. I can say that I'm much better. Thanks to you. Thanks to Rosie. Thanks to Jasmine. Thanks to all of you guys, because you guys are really super, and I'm learning a lot, which I knew a lot already. I did go to real estate school. I did do that. And I always been a helper to other people's too. And that's why I think I got into the shape that I was in, by giving, so much my money and my time and my effort and showing other people, you know, what I know and telling them what I knew, and then sometimes helping them and giving them all my money. So I just kind of like hit rock bottom for a while, but I can see myself rising back up.
I'm about to say you back up top now, 810. That's back up top now. You know.
Plus, I have 2 good credit cards too.
Okay.
Working on some better ones. Right, Coach Rosie?
Yeah. All right. So
Absolutely.
thank you, Miss Linda, for that. Last but not least are the members. It looks like it's HL and Woody.
Oh, hello. How are you guys? Thank you. Where we started, Woody and I mean, you know, it's crazy. I'm actually glad you kept us for last. We could actually relate to every single one of the members that spoke before us in every single way. Like, we aspired to be like Rochelle. We had our things where, Woody, credit battles, and Woody's Woody came in a little lower than me, like Telly said, and we're going back and forth. We had like a dip a few months back, but all in all, honestly speaking, as you can all see, we're always here every Friday. We meet with our coach every time. We believe in this process because we know, like, it makes sense. Once you get through the mindset break, you break the mindset of being a consumer, like you said, and certain things don't even matter anymore. And you just basically focus on, like you said, paying off that debt. I think it was Ken and John that said it, Key and John, and I was like, it's exactly the same way. It's like you have the savings there, and you're like, oh my God, it's there, and I had plans for it, and I have kids, and you're thinking about all these things about these savings, but it's literally just sitting there and doing absolutely nothing. Whereas you pay off the debt that you have and you clean off your credit, and you're in a whole different place. You know what I mean? You have so many more opportunities. So like everyone said before, like, I appreciate this opportunity to even be involved in this, and to know or have this knowledge on hand and stuff like that. So like I said, I only, even the setbacks, all it does is make me look forward to some of what is yet to come, because like I said, it's it's there. I see it. You know what I mean? It's right in front of you. Like some of the other members said, sometimes you dip back, you do some consumer stuff. I was just letting Woody know. Consumer stuff a couple of weeks ago, and lately, even though he was being, and like Sabor said earlier, even though he was being a consumer, and I wasn't upset about him purchasing the things, and they were towards our business goals. It's just that, did you really use your debit card to purchase? Like, and it's like, did you really? Couldn't you just sell it to me and use the venture capital? It's the mindset that you slip a little bit, and it's just get back on it and keep going, because you see it really does work. So I don't know, Woody, you wanna chime in a little bit?
Absolutely.
He just snitched all on you, Woody. She just snitched.
Yeah, I know she told on me. But
it happens. We're human.
No, it was some of it was just me, like, doing what I was doing. I wasn't really thinking, and payment went through, and I was like, wow, I could have just used the credit card. But the other thing was, you're trying to surprise your wife, and you guys share credit cards. You can't really surprise them with anything. Because So I was trying to be, go around and surprise her, but it actually backfired, because she's like, why didn't you use the card instead? It didn't matter. But yeah, it's definitely
so that lets you know her language of love is not gifts. Her language of love is paying her bills and making sure you do it right.
Yes, finances. Which card did you use to get that, honey? I love the gift. Which card?
Definitely. But this program has definitely changed the mindset a lot. Like, it's a lot of it's harder to change the mindset than people think it is. But once you get going and you see the fruits of your labor, like, don't get me wrong right now, like, I can tell you guys right now, my credit score went down like 30 points. And that's after her balance decreased. So I'm just like, whatever. it swings, it
But
goes
we
up and
also
down.
got an increase in credit limit too, by the way, with good news.
Yeah.
I requested an increase in the venture capital and they increased us by like 5,000. So
Oh my
like
God.
yes,
sorry.
I told you.
Hold
I
on.
text
Whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa,
I text you. Yes, Coach
Renee.
Renee. Yes. When we rescheduled for this evening, I said I had good news, but you were busy. You ran off, and I was like, "How about you busy? My bad. You know."
No, but I mean, I'm
process.
sorry. I didn't even really want to interrupt you, but I need to understand. Please tell people how long you had that venture card.
I literally applied for that venture card January 28th of this year, 2022. So it was already off rip. It was a $10,000 card. And this was right along I actually, it was right after a really bad dip from my credit report. I was right under 700. So we were actually shocked to even get it. And I literally, like Sabor said, I dumped everything onto that card because it was such a high limit. It covered pretty much all of our bills in a sense. Woody was authorized user from jump. So I was like, Woody, use the card. And like Rachel said before, you know, they have these little incentives. If you use a certain amount, at the very first 3 months, they give you extra points. It was one of those extra miles. We ended up getting rentals off it. I bought a ticket off of it recently, like literally in 4 not even 3 months, 3 months. So yeah, January 28th to April 28th would be 3 months. I literally did it last like 4 days ago. And yeah, they asked me, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do I want? Wait, huh? You know, I'm like, wait, what? I get to pick? Wait, okay, I'm going to be, how about a little $5,000 increase? If you may so kindly give it to me. And it was like, it was literally online. I didn't even have to call. It was on the app. It wasn't even on the website. It was on the app. And it really goes to show, like, it was more so about how I'm paying my bills, like how they're looking at how I'm utilizing it and how I'm, you know, they were like, what are you using for? I'm like, yeah, purchases, a big purchase. Like Sabor said, say you're about to do a big purchase, like, you know, and like I said, like, hopefully later this evening, Renee and we could discuss. We got like a letter for a pre-approval for like a Capital One auto insurance, like, you know, and I'm like, auto financing. I was like, hey, what's that about? Let's go to the dealership and see what they're offering, you know, like, you know, maybe you don't know. So before, you wouldn't think to do that, you know what I mean? To be like, all right, I can put this on.
So your doors wasn't open before. That's what
No, it wasn't open for it. They wouldn't send these type of things. You wouldn't think that you could handle it even, like, well, you know, with the mindset that I have, yeah, that's just this much, and that's just $400 a month. And any other time, like, oh no, I couldn't dare add a $400 bill to my budget right now. What? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? You know, where's that coming from? But whereas now, like, yeah, that's just, you know, we just do this, and like your case studies, you just do that, turn that there, you move it there, and then that's it. Move it. It's a boat to a car to the plane, different vehicle, you know, like that's it. You know, so we really appreciate you. The kids always listen in when we're talking, and they're like, what do you guys are on your meeting? You know, like, you know, so it's definitely something that, you know, we've incorporated no matter where we are, what we're doing. This matters. So it really does. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. So I just want something you did say, and I'm just going to drop a jewel. Anytime they give you a credit line increase option, asking how much you want, always go 3 times your current.
You say what now?
Always go 3 times.
You said what now?
That's my jewel for the
Where
day.
was that jewel last week?
That's my jewel for the day.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. Thank you so much. I'm gonna take that, make a whole bracelet with it. Oh my Lord.
So thank you.
Don't be mad, Rose. Don't be mad. That was a good jewel. That was a good jewel.
and thank you, Woody, man. Thank y'all both. So it's already 9:03, but I could just entertain you for a couple more minutes because especially I want to bring our coaches and have them tell us where they started at and where they're at now. So Coach Rosie.
Hey, here I am, guys. So glad to see you today. You didn't know I was a poet. Anyway, let's see. So when I started this, I didn't start with the program. I started with my coach and mentor, best friend. He and his wife started with Sabor and Joy, and it was just a conversation. And he began to tell me all about what he did. I actually made a call to him. I was a part of another program, and I discovered Sabor. He was on there. And I told Renee I'm going to reach out to him. And she was like, you sure you going to reach out? You going to call him? You going to call? I said, yeah, I'm calling him. So I called him, and it just became a discussion. So it wasn't a program. But, you know, little did I know that it would become certainly a program. But Sabor and his wife was so gracious, as you all know, any of you that know him, so full of wisdom to be as young as he is, and just loving of people and want to see folks do well. And he just began to pour into Renee and I and share all the wisdom and knowledge that he had about credit and about seller financing and anything else that we wanted to know. It's so good to have someone that you meet who you instantly become like family. So we all knew that was, you know, God, a divine intervention that we all met. And and then we just went right into purchasing a property. We wanted to do that. That's what we had endeavored to do before meeting Sabor. And when we met him, he just made it so simple, so easy to do. And we did it. We profited big time off of that first deal. Found actually 2 properties for the price of 1. And then when we went down to the state where the property was, we discovered that one of the properties actually had another property on the back of it, which were 2 studio units. So it was a duplex plus 2 studio units in the back, and then a single family house. So we literally purchased all of those properties for about $38,000. And when I say that was also a divine intervention from God, it was, oh my God, seriously, a divine intervention. So anyway, we rehabbed the single family. We made a great profit off of that. And we sold the duplex and the studios. And the reason we did that was because it was going to take a lot more renovation than we were willing to put into it. But think about this. We paid about 18 for it. And I want to say we made about, correct me, Renee, I think it was like 15 off of it. Yeah, we made about 15 off of that property. So think about that for a moment, right? We didn't do anything to it. We just turned around and resold it and made 15 just off of that. So my journey was, when I met Sabor, I was already seeking, I was looking, was in a program. My credit score wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as it is now. Certainly I was low 700s, and now I'm in, I don't know, sometimes I'm 780, sometimes I'm 800 and something. So as you know, credit scores go up and down, but definitely my credit score is much better now. I certainly was not doing credit lines. I was like all of you, where I thought, you know, credit cards were demons, and I steered clear of them. And they actually were demons, because I did not understand them and didn't know how to use them to the glory of God. And so Sabor certainly taught me how to do that through this program. That and gaining credit line now, I want to say I'm probably at 60 something personally, and business credit wise, I think I'm at like 60 something, 70. So definitely would not have done that when I first started my business. Well, not when I first started it, but when I started moved my business from one facility to another, I was asked by the president of the bank to do a credit line. And I said, oh no. And I absolutely would not do it. And he was like, yeah, but the money will be there in case you needed it, and da 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 da. And I saw all bankers as also being the devil. So didn't understand credit lines, did not try to understand it, did not go and look up anything. Just, you know, if anyone ever tried to offer money like that, I thought it was, you know, it was a trick, and it was the enemy. So I definitely didn't do it. I wish that I had been, but I did not. But I have come a very long way because of this program and because of my relationship with Sabor. And it doesn't just begin nor end with me. My family is on tonight who are part of the program, as well as my children. Kelly's my son, Michelle's my daughter too, my daughter-in-law. And so it's really great to have so much family. Raquel's my sister, Raheem, brother-in-law. So great to have all of these beautiful people that are on. I've been knowing Ejel and Takiva for a very long time, John for as long as Takiva's been married. So I have a lot of family. I consider them all families. I have a lot of family that's a part of this program. So when we talk about generational wealth, this is generational wealth. So we start to add up what we all have just in our family in a very short time, I think everybody's less than a year. So in a very short time, we've accumulated wealth. So my children are doing it. Sabor is working with them, and they are like hot. They're ready to do more. And he's really got their wheels turning and thinking about how they can create generational wealth for themselves. And, you know, and to think about, and I'm going to stop after this, but to think about, here I am as a parent trying, you know, working at creating generational wealth for my kids. At the same time, my kids are creating generational wealth for themselves, right? So there's nothing like that. So thank you, Sabor. Thank you guys for doing such a great job with this program.
So, the coach did that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm like, who's somebody sharing? I just want everybody to see. Remember, so I think we talked about this for the people that used to be on the call, as they're on the call when we were doing the property in New Street. So again, we bought 2 properties for 38K, right? They said that this property would never appraise no more than 80K. Look how much this property appraised for now, and it's still growing. 142 from 38K on what they bought that property for. That's crazy equity in that property. You know, so just wanted to share that because she said that, and it just made me think about, I always go back to the properties that we bought and sold on seller financing and see what they're appraising for now. So if this is a buy and hold property, right? And just, I'm going to leave just a tip. This is a buy and hold property. These people, I bought it for 38K. They've been in there, what, a year, Rosie? Probably less than a year.
Yeah.
Now appraised for 142. They stopped paying. I take back that property. Now I can sell that property a higher price. I can sell it at 142 instead of whatever I sold it for now. I can continuously rinse and repeat every time that property appraises and somebody stopped paying me. And I know we want to help people, but this is the power from 38K to 142 in less than a year. You know, so anyways, last but not least is our coach, Renee, sorry.
Oh, wow. So, wow, Rosie left some pretty big shoes to fill, but I'll do my best. Right. So my story kind of resemble hers in the way that and how we met Sabor and how we all got involved in his program. But my story is quite different from Rosie's, probably from a lot of you in this program. And before I tell my story, I just want you to understand and why I am so passionate about this program. To talk about it, I'm a little bit embarrassed, so just bear with me. I'm gonna be as transparent as I possibly can. So when I met Sabor, I had filed bankruptcy. So I was just all messed up, right? I was just not managing my money well. I mean, and I work a lot and I make good money, but I just wasn't managing my money well. I had tons of cards, I had high lines of credit, but I just didn't know what to do with those high lines of credit. And I regret what I did, but it's okay. But when I met Sabor, um, we were talking, and I just told him what my deal was and what I was trying to do and where was I trying to go. I am eligible to retire in 2 years from my job. And I just told him, hey, I can retire. Yeah, I'm going to pension, but I need more than that. And so he really took me under his wing, and with the compassion that he has and showing me these things, he really helped me go from where I was to where I am today. So when I came in this program, I had no credit because I filed bankruptcy, right? So even though having no credit is just as bad as having bad credit, so I was like nowhere. And in a very, very, very short period of time, Rosie and I, we did that. But I did have money saved. So I did have some money saved, right? So Rosie and I, we did that investment, which opened up some opportunity for me because I was able to use that money and to make money. So that's how I actually got into. So when I got here, like I said, I didn't have no credit, but now my credit score is, it ranges between like a 690 and a 700. I was before I got into this program, right, like right after I kind of filed bankruptcy, I was applying for cars. I was getting denied. But once I started doing the process and following the steps and doing what he was telling me to do on the phone or whatever the case may be, things started opening up for me. So we was able to buy the house, which we did. But then we used that money and I used it to do another house. And I was actually able to pay some things off that I had accumulated before getting in here. Even though I had just filed bankruptcy, I still had other stuff that I had to pay. So I called him up and I was like, oh, this is my situation. So he's like, well, my lines of credit they're not high, but I had money that I can use. And so he taught me how to use this money to make investments and buy assets. And right now, so within that program, I've bought those 3 houses. This is the 3rd one that I'm doing. I have credit lines I have a $10,000 credit line and one like 5,000. And I bought a car to put on Turo. So, and I wasn't even able to even get a car at first, but once I got through this program, I went through Capital One and they pre-approved me for $60,000 to get that car. So in a very, very, very short time, I went from nothing to having a whole lot. And that's why when I get on this phone call, maybe you understand when I get on the call and I'm so hyped up and I'm like, yeah, it's Friday. Give me some wands. I need you to understand. It's not because I don't believe in the program. It's because I have become so compassionate because that program has changed my life. I get paid now. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I have money. Even when I paycheck park, I still have money. Like I have money after I pay off my credit cards. I still have money. So it has changed my life tremendously. My sister was on the call last week and I have to admit, like, I didn't have this great thing. Like, we don't do family meetings like they do, but my family, I have always been this type of person. I've always been like, had this entrepreneur type of drive. And I'm always telling my family, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But I never followed through. And I never really followed through because I was very fearful of failing, right? Not being able to see it through to the end. But I used to talk a lot. So when I brought this program to my family, they was like, yeah, right. But just because of my history, right? But now when I go to them and now that they see me, they're like, oh, when is your next investment? When can I invest? My sister that came on last week, she's like, oh, I'm thinking about buying a car and put it on Turo. My brother's like, when you get another deal, let me look at it. So they're moving now because I'm moving and they're seeing what I'm doing opposed to me just talking. So this program has done a lot for me, not just taken my fear out of pulling the trigger per se, right? Because when we first did that deal, Rosie and Sabor tell you, I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. I had so much fear to do it because I just never followed anything through. But once I did it, I'm like, I'm hungry now. Like, yeah, I'm down. What's the
Yeah,
next
she
one?
was a nervous wreck, y'all. She was a nervous wreck.
I was calling Sabor. I was calling Rosie every other day. Rosie, I don't know if I want to do this. Rosie's like, girl, shut up. Sabor was like, get like that, but they pushed me to doing what I am doing here today. And so that is why when I come on this call on Friday nights, y'all know my story now, but it is so much more than just, oh, we're gonna help you. It's because it helped me. And I want to make sure I can give it back to the people who I am coaching. I love this program. Rosie and I, we've been friends for over, let me see, Juwan is what, 27 now? We've been friends for over 27 years. I've known Michelle and Telly for over 27 years. I know Raquel from Rosie, Miss Linda, her mother, for a long time. So like I am just, I don't know. I don't want to get all emotional, but I can't get all emotional because this program means so much to me. Like y'all really just don't understand. So when you going through these struggles and you're feeling like you're stuck and like you're not moving, just continue to trust the process, right? I didn't think I can do it. I thought I was, when I filed bankruptcy, I just really thought I was over and done with. Like, yeah, this is it. But he taught me a whole nother way. I am able to make moves even though I have that bankruptcy on my credit report. So trust the process. Trust your coach. Trust what they're doing. Don't jump out of line and doing things. Follow the process. And I'm telling you, as sure as my government name is Antoinette Renee Allen, you will see the benefit. You will see the benefit. And like Sabor said, he did have a scare this weekend. I'm not going to tell what that was, but and so why we're here and why he's here giving it to us, use the program to your advantage. Follow your coaches when they're telling you stuff, just do what we say. We ain't doing it and just telling you to do it. We talk to him, oh, this is this and this is that. So we just not moving just to move. But believe me, you will not regret doing this program. You won't regret it.
No,
I promise you.
So again, the program is about duplication. So everybody gave their story and where they started at, even our coaches. So it sounds like everybody duplicating this strategy, and I'm very, very proud and grateful.
Well, the coach just came on, so you might want to grab her too.
You want to share yours? You want to be the last person? And also anybody new on the call, I know Isaac is here. I met with Isaac today. He's a wonderful man. We prayed and prayed. We talked about velocity banking and prayed at Starbucks. So he prayed over me today. He is a pastor. Hey Isaac, hey, how you doing, sir? So Isaac is a pastor. You want to share anything, Isaac?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm at a church event currently right now. So I'm gonna jump into one of these prayer rooms really quick. There we go. How to separate myself. We got a ladies function going on tonight, so I came out here to serve the ladies. So I don't want to take a lot of time. Just want to say, hey, seriously, I'm super excited to join in on this family. I was able to share a little bit with Sabor. I met him by actually renting his one of his vehicles off of Turo. Never heard of Turo, and it was my daughter's 18th birthday. And so with that, I decided to rent a Slingshot, and she absolutely loved it. It was a great time, great weather. But with that, my wife and I walked away chuckling in the vehicle going, there's something about him and Joy. And so we wanted to know more. So I reached out and here we are. I'm finding out about this. I was able to share with him that God had already started to stir it on my heart to really be the spiritual leader, even over the finances in our home. That's something that I've never owned up to. Even as a pastor, I never saw it that way. But, God is a God who refines us. And so I'm stepping in that season. And I'm just excited to join what it is that you guys are doing and receive the knowledge that you guys have. You guys have already walked this out, and I'm ready to walk in that same path and just really get some financial freedom. I was able to share some details as far as where we're at with our finances, but I know God's ready to take that to another level for things that he's trying to do. So super excited to learn off of you guys, and thank you for the moment.
I appreciate you, Isaac. Appreciate you. Miss Nicosha. Are you there, Nakosha? Can you hear me? So
Hey
we got,
y'all,
I know
I'm
you.
sorry I had to pause my movie.
Oh, no problem. So you came in a little, you came in a little late. So we want to talk about where you started at in the program and where you at now, credit wise, and any struggles or journeys that you went to. Nakosha is one of our youngest members on this call too. So when she tells her story, y'all, please be mindful.
Okay, well, I started, when was it, September?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I was trying to do note investing for my business, and I was on a call with the group that I was in, and Sabor was on that call. So I reached out to him about being a note broker, and he told me about the information, everything, and also gave me the link to the group. And I was confused. I was like, okay, well, let me just go on the group and see. And then ever since he gave me that link, I've been on majority of all the calls. And actually, I think I got on the call starting maybe August, and then a month later, I came on the program, and I got with Renee, which is my coach. I love Renee. And we sat down and we did a strategy. I still have my car note that I had to do, and I was able to pay that off. What else I paid off? So I paid off my car, and I paid off any other credit cards that I had. So that was September. December, I was able to be approved for a Discover card for 7,000, which is the highest I ever got, because I always got my only came in the group with a $500 secured card. I didn't even know about unsecured or secured, unsecured or secured cards. I didn't know anything about that. So when I got in the group, I learned all that. So right now, my credit score is, the last time I checked, it was at a 690. I think when I got in the group, it was about a 600, because I had what was it? I had to dispute a few things. I got all that off my credit report. The only thing I have now is, of course, my student loans, and that's really it. Yeah, I have my student loans. That's it. And so yeah, I paid off my car within a few months. My balance was on my car was almost 8,000, and I paid it off in a few months doing the velocity banking, because I was actually trying to do velocity banking, like I was telling Sabor about. I had learned on YouTube how to do it, but I guess I was doing it wrong. So I'm glad that I got into this group to learn. So yeah, I paid off an $8,000 car in a few months, and I'm happy.
And she was like a payday loan. They market themselves as a credit card, but they're not really a credit card. They're basically a loan, but they say it's a line of credit. So she had one of those. She had a bunch of little tiny cards and stuff like that and little debts. So, being that she's young and, she came in this program going hard, paid off a car in 2 months. So to this day, she's actually paid off all her debts. So she's just living she's just living right now off her monthly expenses. So we're very, very proud of you to be as young as you are and to actually have a threshold and something to hold on to and live by, Nakosha. So thank you. You. And how old are you right now? I forgot. 20 what?
My birthday was in April, so I'm 27 now.
Okay, yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, no more living paycheck to paycheck, guys.
No, we're not doing that.
I was doing that for too long. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck no more. I'm learning so much.
So I thank you all. Thank you, Nakosha. I thank you all for entertaining me and sharing your stories and where you're at now. Just remember, sometimes we can get to the point where we're stagnant and we don't feel like we're growing anywhere. Just always remember where you came from. Always just think back on your journey and where you at now. It definitely, you're going to be grateful and know that God is over you and God is in your life. Okay, so I'm going to shut up and
I'll take it back over. So we want to thank everybody for sharing your stories tonight. And again, if you know people or if you know anybody that's in a situation that might need help or something like that, please refer them to us, right? This is what we do. We want to help people and we want to get them there. So we also, just so you know, that we have our special session for our youth. They meet every other Tuesday of the month. And they're doing big things. One of our youth, I know she's in the process of looking for a car to put on tour herself, right? So please, if you know anybody that is in need of this type of information, please refer them to the calls on Friday nights and let them come in here for themselves and let them hear what's being taught on this call. With our program for adults, right? I believe I forgot the age group on that one, Rosie. What is the age group?
It's up to 25.
Okay, so the youth is up to 25. So anybody over 25 will be part of our adult program. And these are the prices for the program. Again, we use the Velocity Banking as the foundation. That would be just $99 a month and $149 a month. And as you can see, these prices, but understand these prices are going to be going soon because the program is going to be changing and it is going to be upgrading. So if you know people, please refer them. Again, you can reach out to myself or Rosie, either Rosie at demirifunding.com or Renee at demirifunding.com. And I just want to make sure that everyone understands that the debt weapon program is not a credit repair company, guys. We don't repair credit, we assist. But the goal of this program is to help build credit, to get you high lines of credit so that we can use those high lines of credit to buy assets, okay? That is the goal of this program. Yeah, we assist, we help with, we give directions to get stuff off, but we are not a credit repair company. So we don't want you guys to feel like we're a credit repair company and if we don't get all this stuff off that we have to. No, we do what we can do to help get you where we need to be to help you get these high lines of credit. In addition, we are not like personal advisors, right? We're just we're coaching you through these process and these strategies to help you. So when it comes to like big, large purchases, like that is something that will, when you get to certain parts of the program, they can help you and guide you, but we just want you to understand that we are not like personal advisors. We are coaches and we're giving you strategies that you can apply in your life to get your life to where you want it to be, right? Because we're not going to force you. We're not going to do that. If you want this information, we are here to help you. And when you call, we answer, right? So if anybody has any questions at this moment, feel free, you can ask, raise your hand. And if not, we're gonna go ahead and end the call. So
somebody text me, Renee, and asked what do they get in the program? If they do the 99, whatever, they want to know what do they get out of the program. Did you want me to answer that?
Again, that base part of the program where you're going to be taught the strategies of how to velocity bank, we will help with some things on your credit to begin to help you start building those high credit lines. And then not only just that, but I mean, that's the basic, but within that process and when you're going on with your coach, there's a lot of little other things that play into that part, but that is the meat of that program, is to teach you and give you strategies about how velocity banking works and to look at your credit and we'll see how we can help you get this thing to a higher level. So, and just understand also that, like I said, this program right here, it is what it is right now. And just so you know, it's going to change and it's not going to be this way forever. Because we are getting a lot of interest and a lot more people. We're not going to be able to maintain it the way that we want to maintain it and still give you quality. So we are in the process of revamping. So again, if you know anybody that needs this information, please invite them on the call, have them reach out to Rosie or myself. We'll be happy to talk to them. Do not reach directly out to Sabor with new individuals. Please have them go through the coaches first, and then we can we'll go from there. So is there anyone on the line that has any questions outside of the one that was just asked?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm Ronnie. I'm Kevin's brother. My son is also on my list. I have business and lines of credit, but I need assistance in maneuvering it right. I'm interested in learning more about your program. How would I do that? I'm visually impaired. That's why I can't do the emails and all that stuff and texts and stuff.
Oh, okay. So, what you can do, Mr. Ronnie, if you and Kevin can get together, and Kevin can actually reach out with and talk to one of the coaches through the email, we can set up a time, and he can actually maybe be the mediator, so we can have that conversation. Or do you have someone that you can go through to do that for you?
To do what?
Like when you, because you said like you're visually impaired, usually they have some type of service that you can go through, that you can communicate with individuals either by email, or if you just prefer to talk on the phone. If that's the case, why don't you give me, can you, oh, you can't,
I'm on my computer now. I can give you my phone number.
okay, why don't you,
I'm
I
visually
didn't want to
impaired,
just,
but I'm not handicapped. Put it like
okay, I just didn't want to know if you wanted to put your phone number out so everyone can
I
know.
don't care. Shit, I want money.
Okay, what's your phone number?
That's right.
What's your name, Ron? What's your phone number, Ronnie?
216
216
451
451
4265.
4265. Okay, one of the coaches will get back with you. What is a good time to reach you?
Well, I work at the VA Medical Center, so it'll be in the evenings.
Evening times are the best, or is any particular day?
Any day. Any day. We're talking about money any day. Right now, I'm just stuck. I have all this money on credit cards, and I need to move.
Okay.
So, Ronnie, you will probably end up being in our business program once you talk to the coaches. So what do you want to do with the business credit? What's the current business you have now?
Sabor.
Okay.
I don't think we want to hold everybody. Hold on. I just don't think we want to hold everybody to go through that part of it. So if we could do the call or give people the permission to hang up if they'd like.
So anybody wants to leave, feel free. I was just asking Ronnie what's his business model currently and what's his goal.
Right now, my son and I, Myron, if he's still on here, we were trying to get some properties, invest in some properties. I had properties before, and the thing came, and I went bankrupt about $860,000. That was like about in 2008. But since then, my credit score is like low 700s. I do have a lot of business. I was in another program, and the only thing they did was help me get all these credit cards. But now I got all these credit cards, and they're sitting there with a zero balance. And I would like to learn how. I heard some people talking about investing in properties with the credit cards, or my brother was talking about the Toro thing with the cars. I need something to help move, because I'm getting older by the second, and I want to be able to relax.
Understood. All right. So Ronnie will definitely reach out to you. Either myself or Coach Rosie will be reaching out to you by phone. It'll be, it probably won't be this weekend. So it'll probably be the beginning of the week.
I couldn't learn more about it tonight for about 5 or 10 minutes, so I can get a structure on which way I'm going.
Well, it's so late and everyone has worked this week. So Friday, we try to really keep the call to an hour. So it probably wouldn't be tonight. It'll probably be like Monday.
Okay.
Okay. But we'll definitely be in touch with you, because you sound like you're eager and we're eager to help. So we'll definitely be in touch.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, everyone. If there are no other questions, we're gonna go ahead and end this call, and then we'll see you all next week, and we'll be updating you with the upcoming new version of what the debt weapon will look like.
All right, y'all have a blessed weekend. Thank you. Love you all.
Okay, love you guys.
Good
And
night, you
Angel and
guys.
Woody, I'm
Love
gonna
you.
send you out something in a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Renee.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Love you guys.